Welcome to my channel. Are you planning a move to Canada? Are you one of the very few who, through all this uncertainty, has managed to secure a visa to move to Canada this year or possibly next year? Are you feeling overwhelmed with all the planning and uncertainty? Well, then you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to tackle how to overcome stress while planning your move to Canada, so you can start this exciting new chapter of your life with confidence and ease. As somebody who has gone through this journey and spoken to people who have also gone through this journey, I feel I'm the right person to possibly give you insights on how to at least overcome this one so that you can start your journey on the right footing. The truth is, preparing to move to Canada is an exciting phase in your journey as a newcomer, but it can be very uncertain and stressful at times. From figuring out details to saying goodbye to friends and family, there is a lot to manage both logistically and emotionally. Moving away from your home country isn't easy. At least those who have done it will tell you that. No matter how early you start this planning process, you may still face last-minute issues and the general uncertainty that comes with relocating to a new unknown country. As a newcomer, you also have to deal with other factors that add to the stress, such as anxiety about finding a job, financial worries, and the idea of even being away from loved ones. During the last few months before you move, you will likely be juggling a long list of tasks, including packing your belongings, disposing of items that you won't be taking with you, gathering essential documents, and even figuring out the logistics of your initial weeks in Canada. While there will always be times you feel overwhelmed, there are tried and true ways to help overcome stress while planning your move to Canada. I am Evans, and in today's video, I'm going to break down practical steps to help manage the stress that comes with moving to a new country. We will discuss everything from creating a pre-arrival list to job searching before you even arrive, and even how to make a budget for your first 6 months in Canada. So make sure to stick around till the end for some valuable tips and a special call to action. Now let's get started. First things first, patience is going to be key if you are going to embark on this journey. Many newcomers face delays in getting either their PR application approved or even their study permit approved. This can be nerve-wracking, but remember, delays don't mean your application won't be processed. One line that I always go by is, delay is not denial. As somebody who was actually in this particular situation, I'm going to tell you that patience is going to be key. I remember in my situation, my first application, I had to wait for 11 months just to receive a refusal. And even subsequent applications, I still had to wait just to get approved. So in this situation, I'm going to advise you to be patient. Whatever stage that you are currently in, patience is going to be key. And I always advise that you use your time wisely. If you are somebody who is still waiting for, let's say, your study permit to be approved, you can use that time to do researching, possibly on pathways that you can use for permanent residency purposes, or even research the province that you are going into so that you are ready when you land. In your case, if you already responded to, let's say, your invitation to apply because you are going through the PR process, waiting for confirmation of COPR before even making that irreversible decision like quitting your job or even booking flights, patience is going to be key. Use that time to do the necessary research and arm yourself before you even land. Secondly, I will advise that you create a pre-arrival checklist. If you have already been approved, then you know you are going to travel, because the visa that they will give you will be time bound and you are supposed to travel within that period to enter the country. So you know for sure you are going to travel. I always say failing to plan is planning to fail. So make sure you create a pre-arrival checklist. This is going to be a game changer for you. Make sure you list everything that you need before moving, such as whether you have to sell your furniture, gathering your medical records, packing, and even booking flights. That's why I always advise that always reach out to other people who have already gone through that journey so that you can learn from their mistakes. They can better advise you on maybe what they did wrong so that you can correct them. If it comes to something like a pre-arrival checklist, you can always research them online. If you want to go a step further, you can talk to people to possibly share what they did with you. Then you can now improve it to make yours much better. You can also even research the weather in the new city that you are going to arrive in so that you can pack appropriately. As I'm talking now, we are coming out of summer, entering fall, and very soon we'll be entering winter. If you are coming during this period, you know it's going to be cold. So you have to pack accordingly. Those items that you have possibly in your tropical country, you know that is not going to work when you land here. So you need to pack things that will be able to withstand the cold, especially if you are coming during the winter. And I also always advise that make sure you jot down tasks that you need to complete your first 100 days in Canada to avoid last minute surprises. There are a lot of content online on what you need to do the first couple of months when you land in Canada. I have even done a video on my own experience at my first couple of months in Canada. And I also done a video on what you need to do when you first land in Canada, 15 things that you need to do. I'll try and link them up here in the video. You can click on it possibly to learn more on some of the things that you need to do in your first 100 days in Canada. Doing this will set you up to be successful and make your landing very softly, because you will now eliminate a lot of the surprises from your equation and make sure that you are ready and prepared for any uncertainties. My third advice will be start your job search even before you arrive. Whether you are a student or coming in as a PR, as soon as you get confirmation that you are going to travel, that is when you need to start at least researching possible job opportunities. Because if you're a student, you will need to work at least in some form to help supplement your income or supplement your proof of funds that you are coming in with. If you are coming in as a PR, you will definitely be looking to enter the job force as early as possible. So my advice is start your research as quickly as possible. So start your job search before you land in Canada. That can give you a significant head start. Begin by researching companies and understanding even the job market, because one thing you need to know is every province has its own industry that they cater to. So if you are going into a province, you need to know the kind of job market that exists in that province so you can prepare yourself accordingly. And also make sure that you change your resume to the Canadian style resume and have a cover letter, because your resume needs to meet the Canadian style to be able to at least go through the 8-year system for a recruiter to even be able to see it. Typically, a job that is posted online might receive about 200 different applications. How do you make sure that yours is shortlisted for a recruiter to talk to you? You need to make sure that you customize your resume the Canadian way, so that at least you can get a head start on others who are making that mistake of not customizing theirs. And also make sure you add a cover letter. That is one way of being able to at least tell the recruiter why you think you are qualified for that particular job. And also, if you are somebody who is looking to possibly enter the job market because you are coming in as a PR and not as a student, so you are not looking for menial jobs, I advise that you optimize your LinkedIn profile and start networking with Canadian professionals. Because one thing you need to know is when it comes to the Canadian job market, they will tell you that about 80% of the job opportunities that exist are not even posted online. It's either filled through referrals or other people who have networked and found their way into the job, or also through promotions. And also know that remote interviews have become a norm. So if you decide to start the job search whilst you are back home, you will be able to possibly go through the interview process, and when the job offer is given to you, you will be ready to start as soon as you land in the country, which might give you a head start when it comes to, let's say, finances, because you wouldn't need to now deplete your proof of funds to at least support yourself when you land. Number 4, and this is very key, no matter how you are coming in, whether you are coming in as a asylum seeker, whether you are coming in as a student, or even you are coming in as a PR or even as a worker, make a budget for the first 6 months in Canada. Financial worries can be a major stressor. A lot of people don't get soft landing because of financial worries, because they are not ready for the first couple of months in Canada, especially if they don't land a job as quickly as they land in the country. I will advise that make sure you plan your budget for the first 6 months in Canada. You can use tools like some of the arrival monthly expenses calculators that are available online. Even the Canadian government has a tool online that can help you to at least budget your expenses before you land. This will ensure that you have enough savings to cover your expenses for the first 3 to 6 months when you arrive in this country, because you need it to cover those expenses. Unlike where we come from, where people will be able to, let's say, host you for free. Here, that rent will be due every monthly. That utility bill will be due every monthly. Even if somebody decides to receive you, that person might not be able to host you past a couple of months before he will start making demands on you. So it's going to be very important for you to have a 6 month budget. That's why we always advise that have enough money, at least in your proof of funds, to cover you for the first 6 months, just in case you don't land a job, or just in case for some reason you are not able to have other funds coming in. You will be able to survive. And also, whilst you are budgeting, if needed, consider taking a survival job while you look for a permanent position, because those survival jobs can at least hold you and make sure that your finances are not depleted whilst you are still looking for a permanent job, especially if you are not a student and you came in as a worker or a PR and you need a permanent job to at least give you that comfort of knowing that that monthly income is guaranteed. Number 5, and this is something that I've seen that a lot of people overlook, especially when they are coming in as a PR. Make sure you sign up with a pre-arrival settlement agency. Pre-arrival settlement agencies can be very helpful, especially when you are coming to this country as a newcomer. Whether you are coming in as a student, a PR, or even a worker, the Canadian government has actually paid some of these settlement agencies to help you ease your landing, to make it as softly as possible, because they know where you should go the first couple of weeks or months. They can help prepare you for whatever you need to do in this country, because these are non-governmental agencies that have been armed and paid to help you go through all this so that you don't become stressful the first couple of months that you are in the country. The truth is, agencies like Planning for Canada or even ACES Employment will offer you free services to help you navigate your initial months in Canada. I came in as a student, but when we came in, we were still offered this pre-arrival settlement advice where we were signed up to an agency, and the agency actually took us through most of the things that we need to know as a newcomer in this country. They help us with like things like even groceries, other things that we need to make our life as easy as possible. And when it came to even looking for jobs, they make sure that our resumes are ready for the Canadian job market. They walk you through all the cultural stuff to make sure that when it comes to cultural dimension, you are at least up to date on what you need to do and closing on those gaps that you need to close in to be able to settle into the country as comfortably as possible. And most of these agencies will even offer you a one-on-one support, and sometimes if you reach out to them even before you land, they can even give you advice when it comes to things like looking for job, looking for accommodation. They can advise you where to send your children to school. They will advise you on areas where security wise you shouldn't go and all that. So this is one thing that if you are coming in, it would be nice to reach out to them so that you can get the needed information and arm yourself and get ready. This is a free service that you're not going to pay for. So why not take advantage of it? Point number 6 that I will give you is make sure you talk to friends and family members in Canada. If you are coming in, make sure you are talking to people, whether it's friends or family members who are already in the country. I always say, for me, I always take people advice as a signpost. It doesn't mean that I'm going to take everything hook, line, and sinker, but at least it tells me what to look out for and where to look out for, so that I can go and do the necessary research and make sure that I'm up to date on all the information. I remember in my case, when I was coming in, I had friends who were telling me, oh, we know somebody here, we can reach out to that person for you. In my mind, I thought I didn't need it. But luckily, I took advantage of some of those contacts, and some of those people have been instrumental in my settlement, and some of them have still been helping me up to now after 2 years in the country. So make sure you are connecting with friends and family members who are already in the country, because they will know something that you might not know. They can point you in the right direction. They can give you advice that can be instrumental in your settling into the country. And I always say their advices and experiences can offer you insights and tips that you might not find even online, because online most of the information that people might be giving you might be created. They'll be telling you things that possibly you would like to hear. But if you are speaking to somebody who is invested in you, that's a family member or a friend, that person will give you the real gist. They will tell you the truth as it is, so that you will know what to prepare for. And also make sure you are building a network of contacts that you can rely on in case of emergency, because there are a lot of people possibly from your home country, from the village that you are coming from the town that you are coming from, even old schoolmates who might already be in the country. It will be good to reach out to them so that you can build contacts with some of these people, so that you can count on in case of emergency. Having this support system can make a huge difference in reducing your stress when you are coming to a new country like Canada. Number 7, and this is my own tip that I want to give you. Make sure you are creating a list of things that you are excited about. One thing that you have to know is there was a time that this particular journey was actually a dream for you, that you were praying about. Now it's a reality. Make sure you focus on the positives. Make a list of all the things that you are excited about to see in Canada or do in Canada. This can be experiencing your first snowfall, or even visiting an iconic place like the CN Tower if you are going to a place like Toronto, or even exploring the Canadian culture. This anticipation can help keep your stress levels in check. And the truth is, having something positive to look up to sometimes can help you be relaxed, help you be excited about this whole journey, which will help you at least to reduce the stress level that you might be going through as you are planning for this journey, or even as you are coming into the country. Canada is very big and has so much to offer. And like I always say, if you come into Canada, it actually has 4 different seasons when it comes to weather. There is the snow, there is the winter, there is the fall, and there is the spring. And all these seasons are actually unique. So that can be something that you can look forward to. And like I said before, research the province that you are going into. If you've done your research, you'll be able to know most of the iconic things that might be in that province that you would love to see when you land in that country. That can be some of the things that can hold you down the first couple of weeks that you are in that particular city. For instance, I'm in Manitoba, and Manitoba, we have the middle of Canada in Manitoba. There are a lot of people who come here just to go there to take pictures. There's even a snake pit in Manitoba here. There are a lot of things to see and do. So make sure you are making a list that you are excited about to see and do whilst you are in the country. And after all this, one thing I would advise you to do is make sure you are taking a break from planning. Remember to take breaks when it comes to planning. It can be overwhelming sometimes. So make sure you are setting aside time to relax and unwind. Spend quality time with family and friends even before you arrive. You can try to do things before you even move. Try exercising, eating healthy. And one advice I always give some of the people who I've spoken to before they come in is make sure you are keeping your energy level high. If you are somebody who likes to exercise, start exercising. If you are somebody who doesn't eat well, make sure you are eating properly, because it's possible when you get here, the first couple of meals, those will come in handy, because if you are not driving and you are walking and chasing bus, you will need your health to be in top shape to be able to chase those bus. If you are going to walk, you need to be healthy to walk. If you are landing, let's say in winter, and you have to walk through snow and drag your boots through snow, you need to be in top shape to be able to at least survive it. So make sure you are exercising, you are eating properly, and possibly make sure you are bringing some vitamins and some medicine to make sure that just in case you need them, you have them handy. Because when it's winter and the sun is not out, for some of us who are coming from these tropic regions, we will even be missing vitamin D. I remember in my case, the first couple of months I was in Canada, my first winter, I was feeling moody and all that. I went to the hospital and the doctor said, you are missing the sun, you are missing vitamin D. All he did was prescribe vitamin D for me, and my mood was back up. So make sure you are keeping your energy level high, because the first couple of weeks or months will be stressful, and depending on the time that you are landing, you will need those energy to be able to stay upbeat. And also, these activities are going to be crucial for maintaining your mental and physical health during the busy period, because in most cases your first couple of weeks or months are going to be busy. You might be running around either trying to get things done or figure things out, because you don't know where to go, and you might be getting lost every now and then. So that's it for today. Moving to Canada is a very big step, but I believe with these tips you can manage your stress level and start your journey on the right footing. If you found this video very helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more tips on moving and living in Canada. Also, let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or topics that you'd like us to cover in future videos. Good luck with your move, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, cheers.